All right, so gonna try this one more time. I keep on stopping and starting and keep on screwing up. This is just for recording purposes. I want to get this down. If anybody gets any kinds of, what I'm looking for. If anybody is enjoying this or can use this, great. If not, whatever. Bring this down a little bit. So yeah, like I said, just recording this so that I can get the settings down. If something happens on my computer or whatever, I can redo it. And of course, I am looking to probably do a streaming PC here in the future, so I might want to use this as a way of getting myself set up with that, using this information. Okay, so let's first look at this. This is my VoiceMeeter banana setup. I currently have my microphone set up on this. You can double click, right click on these to change the names. I just called it Yeti mic. And this one I have going to B1 and B2. And the reason for that is that I have a foot pedal. It's actually out of my reach right now. And if I click that, you'll see that my B1 disappeared. And if I click it again, B1 comes back. Now, I had a piece of popcorn stuck on my foot. How disgusting. Anyways, so what that does is if you look over here to the right, if I mute again, you'll see that one of these stopped moving. So one of those is this right here, and you can see it stop moving. That right there is the one that I use for my games. So the stream can still hear me. You can see that my mic is still moving up there, but my games will not hear me. And if I look at recording, you can see that I'm moving here. And if I unmute it, you'll see that both of those are moving now. So VoiceMeeter output, this VB audio VoiceMeeter VIO is what I have for the games, and the aux VIO is what I have for everywhere. And it's my default. So when I go into games, I actually set my VoiceMeeter output to be my game output. So again, if I do that and I make it go away, you see that B1 goes away and this is still playing and everything's good. Yay. And that is actually set up with this. This is my mute. This is my other one. I actually need to change these because F11 is used for a lot of things. And like if I do F11 inside of Fortnite, it actually minimizes and goes into windowed mode. So if I go into this, you can see that my strip 0.B1, this is strip 0, and the B1 was the output is set to 0. And you can see mute, default, push, F10 key, and you can set it to be whatever key you want to, but that's what I have my my foot pedal set to. So yeah, so I'll cancel that, and this one is the other one, which is strip 0 B1 equals 1, so it turns it on, it's true. And that one was my F11 key. So anyways, so this has to always be up in the background, so I'll push him off to the side. So that is the macros, and you can get to the macros by going to run macros on VoiceMeeter startup. And if you uncheck that, it goes away. If you check it, it comes back. That's always going to be on there. Okay, so over here, this is my VB audio virtual cable. Okay, you notice that there's no audio coming through this right now. but you can see that I have audio over here and there's audio over here, and I'll go into why that's happening. So let me bring up a game here. Let me pull this off to the right. Okay. So you can hear the game making sounds in the background. That's what's happening over here. So my game is set up to push out to this. In fact, if we go back to sound, playback, can't really see it. Get up a little bit. Okay, you saw it right there. That's the aux. I can't even get it to show. Okay, let me see if I can get it to go louder. That's definitely louder. There we go. You can see it coming up there on that just a little bit. Yep. Okay. Zoom back out on that. So anyways, that shows up on the sound out virtual one is what I called it, which is actually the virtual audio virtual cable. And I'm pretty sure I have that set up as my default VB audio virtual cable. Okay, so that is the VB audio virtual cable. That is my main desktop. So if I look at this properties, VB audio virtual cable. Okay, if I look at my microphone, that was loud, is default. So my default microphone is set to the VoiceMeeter aux output. Awesome. So that's why that keeps on playing, why everything's there. Sound alerts is something different. Streamlabs alert something different. Video camera, not even have any audio because video camera never has audio. And I can turn that off if I want to, I just don't care. So where the magic really happens is this VOD music area. So what's nice about this is if I go into here and I go to advanced audio properties, I can look at my VOD music. VOD music plays on everything except for 2. So this is where I want to put stuff that doesn't show up on my VOD on Twitch. You can see that this one has 2 and that one has 2, and I can hear it. Great. So this desktop audio here, it actually will, that is what the people on the stream hear. So they'll hear my audio for music, and they'll hear my audio for my talking. But when my VOD happens and the copyright police come along, they won't hear any audios inside of the VOD. So that's where this comes in, and that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this. So now let me go ahead and pause that real quick. So now if I go under settings and I look at stream output here, you have to go under advanced settings. You can barely see it, but there's a radio button on for audio track 1. That's just your regular streaming audio track. Now here is the Twitch VOD track. I have that checked, and I have number 2. So my Twitch VOD track gets number 2, which will get anything that's on audio track number 2. Now if you remember, we go back here to advanced properties, everything's checked for number 2 except for VOD music. So VOD music will not be checked. Now what is VOD music? VOD music is VoiceMeeter aux input. Okay? So VoiceMeeter aux input is this guy right here. And you can see it's going up and down and up and down. That's where the music's playing, so you can see that. So that went really loud, and this one doesn't pick up the audio from other things like games and stuff like that. Now you can play around with like the equalizer and stuff like this, but there's no reason to. So this one's going out on A1, which means now I can hear this here. Like if I turn this off, I can't hear it on my headphones anymore. But I can hear it because this is going to A1. So yeah, so there's that. Pretty sure this right here, I don't know what A1 is. Okay, this is A1 right here. You can see that this right here is A1, A2, A3, B1, and B2. B1 and B2 are your mics where, I mean, they're the physical ones, and these are the physical ones. The virtual ones are B1 and B2, but the physical ones are A1, A2, A3. So, turn that back down because I don't like to go too high on that. So yeah, so like if I click this off and I come back over here and zoom in, I'm getting no sound. Remember how loud that was? I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so it wasn't, so it's not too loud whenever it comes back. And now when I click A1, that comes back. In fact, if I go louder, you'll see that this here got louder. Go back down. In fact, if I mute this here, it's only doing the sound of the game. So if I mute the game, there's still some sounds in the game, but you get it. So push the music back to A1. I actually don't think that I'm using the VIO virtual input. So that's, I don't even know that these need to be checked, but I'm not going to mess with anything because I don't want to mess things up. So this is what this looks like. These are what they look like. And these virtual cables here and these virtual outputs, some come from Banana Meter, but a virtual cable comes from a download from the same people who have the VoiceMeeter area. There's actually links on how to download those. I'm not going to go in on how to set up VoiceMeeter Banana or how to download the cables or anything like that. But you know, they're out there. There's plenty of videos for that. I'm not going to waste time on that. I go through and disable a lot of my stuff because I don't like my screens trying to take over my music or anything like that. So I mute a lot of those. I can mute this one too. Don't need that one. So these are the main ones that I deal with. And this is what we look like for recording. And again, these two here are the ones that we mainly deal with. The VoiceMeeter aux out and VoiceMeeter regular. Cool. So that is pretty much the setup. I know that's as clear as mud, but if for whatever reason I have to rebuild this, at least I'll have some kind of information on how to redo it, because this took me forever to try to get to this spot. And I know my layout for this is really wonky, but that's because I have it on a vertical with the layout right now. Hope that makes some kind of sense, and if you have any questions you can ask, but I probably won't be able to help you.